What keeps coming to my mind is, you know, hey, we could learn a lot about this world if we brought some of these people in for questioning about, serious things and didn't allow them to do what they do on TV when someone ambushes them with a question and just like ignore it and move on to the next stupid topic. Hell, that's been pretty obvious because, hey, that's kind of messed up. Like, people, there's people out there who know what I do behind closed doors. That's, wow. Doctors? Doctors who do that? Like, wow, what type of laws are these people breaking to learn things? What all are they up to? Are they watching little children and stuff? When, I mean, Jeffrey Epstein, why, why would his people watch little children? Obviously, they'd only be watching us when we're adults, right? Yeah. So that was like one of the weirdest realizations I came to was, hey, like the pedos have been watching us like our whole lives. It's already bad enough when I'm like a person, when I got like people around me who acted like they liked me since a kid, and sometimes I let that slide. Obviously, I had to let it slide every time. And like some people are like really close to me, and it like makes me weird when that happens. I mean, that makes me weird, kind of, because I've never really been around too many people like me. Um, Almost everyone I was with, I wasn't with an hour after hooking up with them, but no matter how many years that lasted, I knew like right away. It's like, oh, this person's lying or something. But um, anyways, this is a little off topic. But these people have been like, how many of them are involved? Like, see, I question them sometimes when they come up to me, and sometimes, sometimes people are like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. It's like you don't know what you're saying. Wow, you should be the one locked in a rubber room and drugged heavily instead of me. Wow. Wow, imagine that. I could have guessed that from the scores these people got in school that maybe I shouldn't have been the one locked up and maybe they should be locked up. And drugged, I mean, supposedly amphetamines are supposed to help people think, supposedly. Why would they feed them to someone like me if that was the case, if they weren't just trying to, and then the route of like suppressing me as well on top of that. And obviously, I think they thought that those, like, they continually talk to me in comments and stuff like that. And when I meet them, like, they'll be like, oh man, you must be using meth. It's like, no, dude, you like a clone I just summoned. Like, you're either stalking me, reptilian shapeshifter or something, reptilian shapeshifter, or I literally just invented you and things like that. But I don't even come at them with stuff like that generally. Like, I'm usually like real low on the totem pole when I talk to people because there's no point in going far. I mean, they lie. Like, I'll be like, how did you know anything about my personal life? And they're like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, oh, you don't, do you? Well, I bet you something inside these people knows what they're talking about. They're just so they're making the claim that they're empty flesh shells that are just operated by something they don't know and understand. I guess it's the devil. I guess Satan is possessing them and, you know, trying to use them to run their mouths. Or maybe I'm inventing them and it's just me talking to myself. I mean, they really have came up with that answer before. Can you imagine that? Those type of conversations I have with humans where they're like talking about this stuff back to me like it's a legit thing. Like, it gets that far. Like, they'll come up and talk to me about my personal life And then we'll get into this. I'll be like, well, how do you know that? And like, do you understand? Like, I'm like summoning clones of humans, and I feel like I'm being stalked and stuff like that. And they'll be like, yeah, well, you might be smoking meth, or that those those are demons. It's like, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're a demon, okay? That's that's what I was getting at. Thanks for agreeing. Like, how do you go along with that type of stuff? Like, I mean, obviously they come up to me with the first things. People come up, like the clones come up to me and talk to me and let me know, hey, I got the same voice print and patterns and very similar lifestyle to the person you just requested. Like, I'm right here, and and then along with like guidance and instructions sometimes through the whole scenario. Usually it's like being like pushed forward because I mean, I know how to operate humans, but I just don't. I am myself, and I don't play these games that I guess I could, like, in advance really far in life with it if I did. But hey, this is part of me playing the game with them. This is how they would do it. And they brought me in for questioning and stuff. So let's bring them in for questioning. Let's ask them the important questions and just let them sit there until they can figure out the answer, whatever century that is. Because, oh, hey, these are dangerous people. These are like Columbine shooters and stuff. If they're talking about stuff they don't know, they're like all of a sudden talking about other people's personal lives, and then they claim they don't know what they're talking about. It's like, whoa, dude, you're not in control of yourself. You need a special place to keep everyone else safe from you. That's their recommendation, isn't it? You're too smart. You need a safe place to keep you away from doing anything. That's their recommendation. Hell, they can't even get to the other thing. Um, yeah, like, isn't this like the most logical thing we could do? Is bring some of these people in for questioning. And there's a reason why I posted pictures of people, no matter who they are, how close they were before they turned on me, and things like that. Not because I betray people who are good, it's because people betray me, and I want to understand what they're up to. Uh, I mean, when you act like some of those people, we're not even friends anymore. You can't. What do you betray your enemies? That's stupid. Ooh, I betrayed my enemy. I mean, that sounds like something they would come up with too. But we should get these people um, and ask them questions. Like, why do you talk like that? Why do you like go around talking to people about their personal lives, the things they do behind closed doors, and how do you know those things? And how do you have this ability to just magically intersect with people's paths if they're like traveling hundreds and 100 miles per hour, and they just make one real quick stop or something like that? We should seriously bring some of these things in for questioning. I mean, are they people? Like, I keep using the word people. Like, I'm going to let humans have that word because I think there's a surprise here. I mean, I don't think it's much of a surprise. It says that things here were created. So, and that's like a question people have. How do you create a human? Well, like in a lab or in a video game. Uh, but yeah, I'll let them all have that. People, humans, everyone can have those words. So those, ooh, wow. I've never liked those even before I seen any of this stuff. But let's bring these people in and ask them some questions. Why not? It sounds like we could advance the world more than has ever been advanced if we find out the answers to what is going on here, where people can magically show up, intersect, and tell you about your personal life and stuff.